Hey everyone, welcome to the 15th Christmas update from GazWorldBiz.com. Over the past few weeks, since the start of November, we've been having a look at the CFS V2 model at the website meteorseal.fr to see what the model is showing for Christmas. And you can see all the other updates on this page, so you can, when we get to the end of this, you can see the full storyline, how things have developed since the start of November in terms of the update. I can tell you that the basic gist of it is that for most of the updates we had a very mild Christmas being signalled, or certainly very stormy Christmas anyway, very westerly. It's occasional cold stats coming through on some of the updates, but nothing particularly significant in terms of cold weather. They were all very westerly based, Christmas, late December periods, until the 13th update, and the 13th update was a huge change. I'm sure, however this Christmas turns out in terms of the weather, you'll remember the 13th update with a lot of fond memories, because that was a huge shock. Really cold update with northerlies, easterlies, blizzards, you name it, it was happening on that 13th update. We did the last update a couple of days ago, and the idea was still there, although it was pushed back a little bit towards the end of the year and the start of January, but eventually it did still get very cold. Well, we're up to the 15th update now, and this is going to be the final one with the CFS V2, because Christmas now is coming within the time frame, would you believe, of the shorter range GFS model. It'll be within the 384 hour time frame of the GFS by, I think it'll be Tuesday. So the next update will be going on to the GFS, and we'll be leaving the CFS V2 behind. So this is the final one with CFS V2 at the website meteorseal.fr. Thanks very much to Meteorseal for letting me use their charts for all of these Christmas updates. It'll be interesting to see what it shows for this final update, and I'll get on that in a moment. Just say about the ads, there's link cycles on most pages, have a browse with widgets, anything that you're interested in, just click through. There's green keyword ads on some of the pages, so if you click through those, when you right cursor over green keywords, you'll be able to support website. Gav Shop is still open, so any Christmas shopping to do at Amazon between now and Christmas, just click through the Amazon banners in Gav Shop. Take your to Amazon, you can do your Christmas shopping as normal. At the same time, if you've gone through from Gaz Service to Amazon, we get a royalty fee on the things that you're purchasing. It's been a huge success this year, so thanks very much for getting involved. So, as I say, this is the CFS V2 model at website meteorseal.fr. It's the 9 monthly forecast from CFS V2, and it was generated yesterday, midday yesterday, the 6th of December. There is a 24-hour delay on these charts coming through. So, let's start off, and here we go on the 15th of December. With low pressure over the country, would be fairly cool and unsettled with showers along the spells of rain. There comes some wintry precipitation up in the north and the west. Let's see how things develop beyond that. And that low pressure moves out of the way, build a little ridge of high pressure through on the 16th. But on the 17th, another low pressure is rattling in, and this one's further north, so it's bringing winds round to a westerly direction. That's relatively mild, unsettled up to the 18th of December with bands of rain coming through across the country. We move through into the 19th, on into the 20th, and sort of the unsettled weather continues. High pressure is ridging to the south of the country here on the 20th of December. Low pressure is up to the northwest around ice, so it's mainly dry in the south, but it's much more unsettled in the north. And we're bringing in a fairly mild westerly flow across the country as well, and that's how we go up to the 21st of December. We move through into the next set of charts, and again, this is for the 21st of December with the low pressure to the northwest, high pressure down to the south and the southeast, and that pattern is maintained then running up to Christmas. So we actually build a bit of a ridge of high pressure over the country as we get through to Christmas. So that could turn it colder and mainly dry and frosty actually. Be very mild potentially up in the north and west with these southerly winds, but down close to that high pressure across England and Wales, it could be quite cold, and there could be some frost and fog mixed in with that. But this isn't in a really cold position, this high pressure. It's centred across central parts of Europe. It's not to the north of the country. It's not northern blocking, so there's no easterly or northerly feed. It's just generally cold under the high pressure and probably frosty with a risk of fog. So that's how we go into Christmas Eve, into Christmas Day, and we maintain that pattern actually down in the south. High pressure goes on there, although it's turning more unsettled to the north. This is the chart for Christmas Day, with some outbreaks of rain probably coming in Scotland and Northern Ireland. But for England and Wales, still mainly dry, and probably frost and fog will be a concern as well. That high pressure is trying to get up towards Scandinavia. Notice that very cold air pushing into the east of Europe around that high pressure. As we move through into Boxing Day, we find the high pressure collapsing. So about a tenth of the high pressure get up to Scandinavia doesn't really come off, and low pressure is coming back in through Boxing Day and into the 27th. So that short spell of frosty, potentially foggy weather on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day breaks down on Boxing Day into 27th. It turns cloudy, wet and windy again. Notice winds are going round to the west. No sign of northern blocking on this update. It's a change on the, definitely change on the 13th update. It's a change also on the 14th update as well. That's how we go into the 28th, establishing those westerlies, so it's turning wet and windy. And then running up to the new year, 29th, on into the 30th, a deep storm develops in the Atlantic, and that really does put pay to any chances of northern blocking. We've got severe gales coming in then across the country, bringing heavy rain. Quite cold on the northern side of of those weather fronts that are coming across the country, so it could turn wintry potentially for Scotland, but it's not a particularly cold chart to be honest, but very stormy, severe gales running in with that one. And then going through to New Year's Eve on into New Year's Day, this is how we start 2015, still on an unsettled note. Pressure trying to build a little bit in the south, but it's these areas of low pressure in the Atlantic that are in the ascendancy. So we get through to the opening days of January 2015, and sort of we keep that unsettled weather going. The pressure is high to the south, it's low to the north, gales coming in at times, wet and windy too. The winds are going down to the Azores, so it turns very mild on that sort of scenario as we get through to the start of 2015. So no cold weather on this update. We've gone backwards. If you want it cold, this is a flip around again from the 13th update. What could be happening here is that at the 13th, with just a random sort of a random update, it'll occasionally, the model will occasionally throw in these very different updates. That could have been what happened on the 13th, and overall it looks like we've reverted back really with this update to the trend that we had up to the 13th, which is for a lot of westerly winds, unsettled conditions, and wet and windy weather for the last stages of December going into New Year as well. Now, of course, we can't write off the chance of a cold Christmas. We're just going to have to wait and see how things develop. But as I say, from the next update, which will be on Tuesday, the Christmas period will be coming into the time frame of the GFS model. So this is the end of CFS V2. Hope you enjoyed the updates with the CFS V2 from Tuesday. On the events page, we'll be counting down to Christmas with the GFS. That's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and that's it. Bye for now.